Have you ever spent a lot of time creating a video ad, launching that video ad, start pushing some traffic to your offer, and then crickets? Like not a single sale, not a single lead. Or if you do get some traction, you're spending a lot more money than you would actually want to be spending before you actually see a sale. And you're like, man, this is just not going to work. Well, in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly where you need to look to fix your campaigns when they're not performing the way that you want them to and not performing as well as you know they could be. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm Justin Sardi. I'm the CEO and founder of TubeSift.com and VideoAdVault.com. And part of what we do is, some coaching and consulting in addition to providing software for YouTube advertisers. And one of the things that I hear a lot from our consulting and coaching students is, I put a lot of time into this video and I know that my offer is great and it's just not working, right? I know this is a great ad. I know it's a great offer. Why am I not making the sales I think that I should be making? And a lot of times it can come down to checking on 4 specific things. And I'm going to break those down in this video. So the first thing that I like to do is look at everything as a whole, right? So you need to be like, all right, here's the very first step. What's the first thing that happens? Well, you set up an ad, you serve it to an audience, and that audience can either click or they can either watch the video or they can skip it, right? That's going to be your view rate. So that's the very first thing that you're going to want to check. And if your view rate is really low, I like to see somewhere, 20% view rate or higher, right? And that's just kind of a random number there. But if it's much lower than that, you're really going to want to reevaluate, hey, is my ad or is my hook of my ad actually resonating with my audience? Because if everybody's skipping it, you're either targeting the complete wrong audience or your ad sucks, right? So that's the first thing I like to look at is that view rate. So that'll tell you, hey, is the audience you're targeting correct? And is your marketing message correct for that audience? Then we get into the actual ad itself and the call to action on that specific ad, right? So, your overall copy on your ad. So I like to look at that as like the click-through rate. So if people are actually watching and not skipping your ad, like your view rate is good, people start to watch it, you've hooked them right, then are they clicking? Because really we want to get them off of YouTube and clicking. Now that's going to be your click-through rate. Anything below a 1% is usually a sign that your ad could use a little bit of work, or maybe you could be dialing your targeting in a little bit more with that. But usually that click-through rate is going to indicate the health of your ad, because if people are not skipping, they're watching it past that 30 seconds, right? You're targeting probably the right person. You maybe just need to encourage them to click a little bit more. Try some different calls to action, try throwing some proof in, things like that. But that's going to be your click-through rate, right? Now, if your ad, that view rate's good and your click-through rate's good, that's telling you, yeah, I'm targeting the right people. I'm putting my ad in front of the right people and my ad script is good. People are clicking, they're liking what I have to offer, right? Then it comes time to look at your landing page conversion. And that's just going to be whatever your desired action is divided by the number of clicks, right? Or so that how many people have taken your desired action divided by the number of clicks you've received. So let's say you send 100 clicks to your website, your click-through rate's great, all that good stuff, and you get 100 clicks to your website and like 2 people give you their email or 2 people opt into your webinar, right? Well, that's not very good. You're probably paying a lot per webinar registration, and that's the next step of the funnel you would diagnose, right? So they've seen your ad, they click through, they hit your landing page. You need to know what is an acceptable conversion rate for your page. Now, this is going to depend on a number of things, such as your industry. What are you doing? Are you doing lead generation? Are you doing a webinar? Is it an opt-in page? Is it direct to sales page? Is it e-commerce, right? All of these things are going to determine what an acceptable conversion rate is. But you need to figure out what's an acceptable conversion rate for you, and then look at, what's your industry standard, all that good stuff. And is your website actually converting correctly there? So for, a typical lead magnet, we'd like to see 25 to 35% opt-in rate. Something along those lines would be cool. If it's much lower than that, if it's like 15%, look at your copy, right? What is it saying? Is there a disconnect in your copy versus your what you're saying in your video ad. Because if all your video ad's great, kind of revisit that. What are you saying in there? And then apply some of that to your landing page. It should increase your conversion rate by keeping your marketing message congruent. So that's something pretty cool you can do there. And then from there, what I look at, is obviously your landing page conversion. And then we get into your entire funnel conversion, your average order value. Do you have upsells? If you don't, you should probably add a couple. Those are going to increase your average order value. Look at adding an order bump. That's always done extremely well for us. Just adding a simple order bump. Hey, would you like an unfair advantage where we're going to give you some scripting templates and things like that? That's always done extremely well. And then offer a few upsells in that funnel. That will help you get more so you can maybe lose a little bit of money on the front end and know that you can make that up throughout the funnel. So I would encourage you to think of adding a couple of things like that. And when you look at your entire funnel all the way through, that's how you can diagnose where the broken parts are. So like I said, just to kind of quickly recap this, you're going to look at your view rate. That's going to tell you how many people are skipping your ad. If the view rate's really low, then you need to rework your ad or figure out a new audience. Then you look at your click-through rate. If your view rate is high, you're putting your ad in front of the right people, you're hooking them correctly, but they're not clicking. You need to give them a more compelling reason to click. Then we'll look at our landing page conversion. If that's too low, revisit your ad, see what's working on your ad, apply that to your landing page, or maybe hire a copywriter, check out ChatGPT, whatever you want to do there, figure out how you can increase that. And then look at your entire funnel conversion, your average order value, every step of the funnel, and really figure out what's going on there and what you can do to improve your results there. So I like to tackle those things one at a time, but usually if you look at everything in order, you'll figure out, hey, this is broken, this is broken, this is broken, or hey, this is working great, this is working great. Here's where our drop off is, and you can address the problem one thing at a time. And the final thing I want to say on this is only tackle one thing at a time. Don't just go redo everything, because you're not going to know exactly what is working and what's not if you do that. So I like to tackle one thing at a time. Maybe it's the landing page, right? Maybe it's the ad. Maybe it's trying a new audience. So that is what I've got on this one. And as always, if you are looking to put your ad in front of the right people at the right time, check out TubeSift.com. And if you are looking to increase your ad creative game, come up with new ideas, have some help scripting, see what's working in your space, what landing pages are working, all that good stuff, check out videoadvault.com. We have a new pro license that literally scripts ads for you, and it knocks it out of the park. So that is all for me on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us that thumbs up, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.